Rust module system is more intricate, more elaborate, fancy compared to some other programming languages. So we have simply one-to-many relationships. We have modules. You can think about them as just your folders. For example, module A simply means the folder A. It may also have subfolders, submodules within it. For example, a submodule B within the module A. So it means the folder A has a folder B within it. The next level is crates. You can think about them as different domains with different responsibilities, but it's up to you how you organize them. For example, a crate users, a crate database, a crate like posts, whatever, authorization, different zones with different responsibility. The next level is package. So simply when you start your project, you have one package and one crate. We call this approach monocrate, the default way when you start your new Rust project. And the last highest level is workspaces. So like, yes, they basically manage different packages. So yes, like module is the lowest level of our Rust module system. Then we have a crate. One crate has a lot of modules, and then like one package has a lot of crates, and one workspace has a lot of packages. By the way, a package is simply your root cargo file, cargo toml config file. So yes, when you start a project, you have one crate, you have one package, one main file. If you'd like to put more files there, you need to either create one new file, mod.rs, yes, mod Rust, and explicitly list all of your Rust within this module, and this way it will be working. You also need to decide the level of its publicity, either to declare it public or not. There are a few ways in Rust, I mean different levels of publicity, visibility. We're not gonna stop here for simplification, but you got the idea. If you'd like to create a module, you simply create a new folder, for example, yes, the folder A. You put your Rust files there, create a mod.rs file there, and list all of your Rust files within this module. If you'd like to create the module B within the module A, so simply yes, the submodule, I mean, yeah, the subfolder B within this the folder A, you basically again just create a folder B. You put your Rust files there, you create a mod.rs file there and list all of your Rust files, and you also need to update your module A mod file. You need to include also this folder B. Yes, in Rust it's very explicit. This is just the default, the very basic way to do things. It's recommended to start this way, not to split your project into a lot of crates in advance, because if your project isn't really big, if you don't suffer from a long compilation time and so on for your debug incremental builds, it's totally fine to keep it this way. It's easier, simpler, and it may provide you potentially with better performance optimizations, because for Rust it's much easier to optimize everything within one crate, yes, within one package, rather than when you have a lot of crates. Sure, like we have different optimization techniques if you have not one mono crate but a lot of crates. There are different ways to do this. You can achieve it by using cross-link, yes, cross-crates kind of optimization, and the FAT, like a much longer compilation time, and so on. So, like, eventually they may have the same performance 100%. I mean, a monocrate and like when you have multiple crates. But yes, just there is a moment for you to know that for the best possible performance, I think it's better to use just one monocrate, but maybe right now it doesn't matter, and the compiler is smart enough if you use appropriate optimization techniques with cross-border links, with like thick fat, yes, fat link way, it will be fine. So yes, and about multiple packages within Workspace, unless you are Google, Amazon or something like this, you may never need even to do this. It really makes sense only for huge projects, which like a lot of engineers and teams are working on. For the most part, for projects like either a monocrate or a multi-crate approach will be more than enough. Yes, to summarize all of it, it takes time, so don't push it, don't rush, don't push yourself with it. You need some time to get used to it. It's more complicated than in some other popular programming languages, and it's totally fine. It takes time, it's pretty natural, but guys from C or C++ background, they will probably have no issues with it at all. So why would you like to use multiple crates in your project? First of all, you may win in incremental compilation, generally, maybe faster, and like the organization maybe also a little bit better, also possible. So yes, something like this. Sure, we haven't covered everything. It will be too long video for this, just the very basics of it, how it works. So just you use your mod files with all of your modules within one or multiple crates. And yeah, that's it, how it works. You explicitly list all of your Rust files within those modules, and you also need to explicitly list all of your folders, otherwise Rust wouldn't compile it. So yes, something like this. Thank you. Bye.